Welcome back. Today, our spotlight is on tiered plant stands, those multi-level wonders bringing greenery to every corner.
Absolutely. I think tiered plant stands are like the bookshelves of the plant world. They let you show off a whole collection in a tiny space.
That's a great analogy. Have you ever used one in your own home?
I have. There's a 3-tier stand in my kitchen. It's a lifesaver for my herbs and a couple of succulents. What about you?
I use one in my living room. I love how it makes the space look organized but still lively. What drew you to try a tiered stand in the first place?
Mostly the space issue. My apartment's not huge, so vertical storage just made sense. Plus, it's so much easier to water everything when it's in one spot.
That's true. I also found it helps with light. Plants on different levels can all get their share of sunshine instead of fighting for a windowsill.
Exactly. And I think they look quite stylish too, don't you? The variety of designs out there is wild, from rustic wood to sleek metal.
For sure. There are some that look like modern art pieces. Do you have a preference for material or style?
I lean towards wooden stands. They feel warmer and more natural to me. But I've seen some really cool metal ones that give off a minimal vibe.
I agree. Wood adds warmth. But I do worry about humidity sometimes. Do you think wooden stands hold up well?
Good point. If your plants are thirsty types or you have a habit of overwatering, metal or treated wood is probably safer. Have you ever had any issues with stability?
Once, when the stand was overloaded. I learned to distribute the weight. It's tempting to pile on plants, but balance is everything.
Oh, totally. I once tried putting my biggest monstera on the top shelf. Big mistake. It almost became a plant avalanche.
That's the thing, right? The stands are great, but they do have their limits. How do you decide which plants go where?
I usually go by size and light needs. Tall ones on the bottom, trailing ones up high so they can cascade. What's your strategy?
Similar. And I like to mix leaf shapes for visual interest. Sometimes I throw in a decorative pot or a little figurine for fun.
That's a nice touch. It turns the stand into a little display, not just a plant holder. Do you think tiered stands work outdoors too?
Definitely. I've seen people use them on balconies and patios. They're perfect for small outdoor spaces or for growing herbs close to the kitchen.
Yeah, and you don't have to bend down to tend to your plants as much, which is a win for lazy gardeners like me.
Ha ha, I get that. Plus, having everything up off the ground helps keep pests at bay.
True, fewer snails and slugs. Have you tried a tiered stand for seedlings or just mature plants?
I've started seedlings on the bottom tier where it's a bit more humid. It's convenient, and they're less likely to get knocked over.
That's clever. I've only used mine for mature plants, but maybe I'll give seedlings a try next spring.
It's worth it. Do you find cleaning or maintaining the stand difficult?
Not really. I just wipe it down during my usual watering routine. Though sometimes soil gets everywhere. Do you have a trick for that?
I use trays under each pot. It helps catch drips and soil, plus it protects the stand itself.
Smart. Speaking of protection, have you ever had to refinish or repair your stand?
Once, I had to touch up some chipped paint on a metal one. It was pretty simple, just a bit of spray paint.
Good to know. It's nice that most stands are pretty low maintenance. Do you think they're a good investment for new plant parents?
Absolutely. They help keep things organized, and new plant owners can see their collection all at once. It's less overwhelming than scattering pots everywhere.
Plus, there's a certain satisfaction in arranging everything just right. It's like curating your own little jungle.
For sure. And it makes moving plants to chase the sun so much easier. Just turn the stand instead of moving 10 different pots.
That's a big perk. What about price? Do you think it's worth spending more for a quality stand?
I think so. A sturdy stand lasts longer and keeps your plants safer. Cheaper stands can wobble or rust pretty quickly.
Agreed. And some even come with wheels, which is super convenient for cleaning or shifting things around.
Wheels are a game changer, especially for heavier setups. Have you seen any creative DIY tiered stands?
Yes, I saw someone use stacked wooden crates. It looked rustic and was super affordable. Have you ever tried a DIY approach?
I made one from old shelves once. It wasn't the prettiest, but it did the job. It felt good to reuse something instead of buying new.
That's the spirit. I think DIY stands add personality, even if they're not perfect. Plus, you can customize the size to fit your space.
Exactly. And it's a fun weekend project. Speaking of space, do you think there's such a thing as too many plant stands?
Ha ha, guilty as charged. My partner says our place looks like a mini forest, but as long as you can still walk around, I say go for it.
Good rule. I do try to keep the stands from blocking windows or doorways, though, safety first.
Yeah, tripping over a trailing pothos in the dark is not fun. Trust me.
Been there. What about mixing other decor with the stands, like fairy lights or art?
I love that idea. String lights add a cozy vibe, and a little framed print behind the stand makes it pop.
Totally. It turns the plant corner into a feature, not just an afterthought. Do you rotate your plants on the stand?
I do, especially for even growth. It's like giving everyone a chance in the spotlight.
That's smart. It also helps you spot any plant problems early, like pests or droopy leaves.
True, and sometimes just rearranging the stand makes the whole room feel new.
Absolutely. It's a low-effort way to refresh your space. Any advice for someone picking their first tiered stand?
Start with something sturdy and not too tall. Make sure the shelves are wide enough for your biggest pots. What about you?
I'd say consider the style of your space. The stand should complement your furniture, not clash with it.
Good point. And don't be afraid to start small. You can always add more levels or more stands later.
For sure. And remember, it's about enjoying your plants, not making it perfect.
Exactly. Plants don't care if their stand is Instagram worthy. They just want light and water.
That's the best reminder. So what's your favorite plant to showcase on a tiered stand?
I love ferns on the bottom tier. They fill out the space. Trailing pothos or string of pearls look great up top. How about you?
I'm a sucker for colorful foliage, like calatheas. They're eye-catching and brighten up the middle tier.
Nice. I think mixing textures is underrated too. Spiky next to round leaves just looks cool.
Agreed? And don't forget about height. A little variation keeps things interesting.
Definitely. It's like a tiny jungle skyscraper. Any final thoughts on why people should try tiered plant stands?
They make plant care easier, save space, and add personality to any room.
And they're fun. Arranging plants is half the joy. Plus, you get bragging rights when visitors ask, "How do you keep so many plants alive?"
That's true. Tiered stands are almost like cheat codes for plant lovers.
Absolutely. And if you accidentally buy one too many plants, you can just say, "Well, there's always room on the stand."
Perfect. Thanks for joining us today. For anyone thinking about a tiered plant stand, give it a try. You might be surprised at how much greenery you can squeeze into your space.
And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about enjoying your personal patch of green. Until next time, happy planting!